just going to use the the one on the D&D one Beyond.
Same.
Yeah, that's what I'm using as well.
I just like it because eventually, like, you guys will have the macros that just you can press the button and roll the attack instead of having to go back and forth. So eventually, I'll have them all done. It's just a matter of not being distracted by amazing video games.
Oh man,
You know, by time next week happens, you have a full extra day.
It's true, because we're playing on Thursday next week.
There you go.
Yes, you have a full extra 24 hours, so, like, no excuses at this point.
There were no real excuses for this week. I just suck. Let's be fair. So, before we really get started on doing stuff, because I just realized I started without actually asking anyone, is everyone okay with us actually doing this streaming thing, or should I not?
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't really care.
We're good? Yeah.
You get something out of it?
No, I get nothing out of the streaming thing. It's just there are people who want to watch, and I'm like, okay, friendos, here, watch.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Because I'm pretty sure, I think I told you guys last time, but there were about 20 people who wanted to play. So there are an equal number of people who wish to watch.
Fair enough.
Which reminds me, gotta post a thing on Facebook telling them it's up.
I'm more than happy to entertain people on a pun level, I guess.
All right.
Lowest common denominator or highest level of art?
I don't care about people seeing the giant mess behind me. I'll display it to the whole world.
I mean, like, at least mine's kind of organized back there.
Yeah, look at this. I got all kinds of tools laid out on there. Well, another toolbox to go through. I've got laminate flooring directly behind me.
You don't want to see what's on the other side.
I picked the old-fashioned white wall.
It works.
Fair. Probably tilt this down so you guys don't have to stare at the rafters either.
I just wanted to sit in the couch this time as opposed to the kitchen.
I'm just gonna go in and... Oh, Jesus, that is loud as balls. Sorry, guys.
I will take 100 experience as an apology.
Just so everyone's clear, we are at 111 XP right now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think so. Giveth or taketh.
Was it 80 something plus 36 or 70 something plus 36? I think 75.
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys know that I do this, but during the game, if
math would equal.
Right. If you guys actually stump me or make me laugh to an extreme extent or something similar, then I give you roleplay XP, or if you do something that I find is really in character, which helps if you have backstories, then I give you roleplay XP. Okay. And then at the end of it, I tally all of that up, and everyone gets an equal amount of XP based on the decent amount of roleplay doing.
I've developed the backstory in my head. I have not written it down yet.
Which is fine. Yep, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I was going to hold off on writing any form of backstory until we got it under Roll20.
That's fair, too. I mean, also, if we end up dying, like, really early...
You're the
cool backstory game over.
Jesus.
I mean, I've had characters die at all levels with Devin, so.
It's true.
So have I.
I do not pull punches. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure what was it with Devin's game there? I slit Dean's throat, and then Leslie woke up and saw me, and then punched me in the face as like an ogre or something, and I died instantly.
You didn't die.
Yeah, that was good
You
times.
were just knocked unconscious.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to save 2 people that night. We almost party wiped, and there wasn't even a combat.
Dean deserved it, but
Yes, he did. Thank you. Finally, thank you. Somebody agrees with it.
But you slit a party member's throat in the middle of the night.
Yes,
there
I
were
did.
other people around. That looks
Yes, I
just
did.
fucking aggressive.
I rolled a nat 20. I thought I was in the clear, but no. Leslie rolls a nat 20 on her watching me do it.
And she let you? Kinky.
She
No,
woke up. She rolled twice on her perception check. Rolled nat 20 both times with disadvantage.
Yeah.
And woke up to the sound of Dean dying.
And then just basically walked over, and she's like an ogre giant. I don't even know what she was. And basically just one punched me, knocked me straight unconscious to the ground beside him, and then sat on top of me, waiting for me to wake back up while waking up the whole party.
Half-orc monk, yeah.
Yeah, it was not good. It was wonderful.
Okay.
10 out of 10, would do again.
You get your ass beat by a half-orc woman?
Mm-hmm.
I think most of us would agree that'd be an agreeable experience. Anyway, it's when you punched Tristan's character for killing. Yeah.
He was totally into it.
Anyway,
Do you need anything?
I do not. Thank you.
Okay.
Actually, a glass of water would be very well. All right, people. So, quick. That's a word I should know.
Recap.
Thank you. Quick recap of what happened last time. You guys were in a caravan traveling to Touchstone. You learned a little bit about Touchstone, talked to each other, really got introduced to the party as a whole. Met an old man who was kind of grizzled and awesome. And he saw in the distance that the town is actually on fire. You guys rushed towards it, nearly entered combat with a bunch of stunned and dazed children, one of which got yeeted. You did some investigation, found out that everyone believes that goblins actually started a fire at an inn called the Miner's Paradise. Turns out it probably wasn't the goblins, but the goblins are being framed, and you've been hired by one of the councilmen to go and talk to the goblins and see if they really had anything to do with it, or if you so choose to murder Hobo. You guys
That's
discovered a
still
lot
on the table, just to be clear.
Yeah, it is still on the table. It's always on the table. But you guys did discover that there were too many inconsistencies with the stories. You actually found a goblin who knocked out Yalak with a sap.
Nope, that was me.
Oh, that was you?
No,
It was Bryn,
it was
right. So
Bryn.
knocked out Bryn with a sap. You had a little bit of discussion with him. He didn't seem barbaric. He was really surprised to see you. He was all out of like reaction. All in all, you guys have come to the conclusion that something's not quite right, and you headed towards the Goblin Mines to the east. On your way there, you encountered a giant earthworm who proceeded to not hurt any of you, but poison Gref and not leave a very good taste in your mouth, and then you heard 2 more kind of rumbling up in the distance before they popped out of the ground, kind of surrounding the party. So, did I miss
hit
anything?
every single attack.
And just to confirm, because I'm not sure where on the roll d20 character, myself and somebody else got inspiration, correct?
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. So on the Roll20 character sheet, you can actually see under Splintering Rocks, blah, 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 we go to character sheet and core. There's inspiration right there. It's a little dragon symbol.
Okay, sorry, that's where I was looking on the right hand side, not the left hand side. Okay,
So I'm currently poisoned?
You're currently poisoned, yeah.
Okay, good to know.
It would help if I had my notes, which I did not think to grab before we start because I'm terrible at this.
Goodbye.
Good
I'll
job.
miss you.
Okay. All right, here we go. They weren't incredibly hard to find, thankfully. And I also don't know why I haven't been keeping them electronically, because that would just be simpler now, wouldn't it?
What? No.
Okay. So, since we are technically starting a new combat, you guys had a bit of a breathing room kind of thing. Not enough for a short rest, of course, before they attacked. I will get everyone to roll for initiative, please.
Ha! Nice.
12.
I don't remember how to do this. I believe I have a +3. Roll. Apparently an 18. Oh, sorry. That's not how you do it.
Did mine show up?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right. And Ragnar, you said 12?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope that's my only nat 1 of the night.
Ouch. Good start.
Very good start.
I mean, honestly, you can only go uphill from there.
I mean, that's not true. He could stay level the entire night. That would be phenomenally
God.
awful. Just like the worst. But it could happen.
Gee.
Thanks for
So-
the vote of confidence, eh?
Yeah. So, Rox, you're the first one to react. You see these two things pop out of the ground. They're kind of surrounding the party, so you guys are in this 20-foot-ish square between the two of them. What do you want to do?
How far away are they from me?
About 10 feet. The one close to you is about 10 feet away. The one further away from you, to get her like around back of it, would be 15 feet. You guys are kind of like square in the middle of them.
Okay. I'm going to. I'm gonna hold my action until after they go.
Okay, do you want to delay your turn or hold your action? Which one?
I want to hold my action.
Okay, so you will only get an action, you won't get a movement.
That's fine.
Good, okay. Bryn.
I've still got my two weapons out, right? My dagger and my scimitar.
Yes, you do.
Sweet. Am I close? Or like, how close are they to anybody here?
At most, they're like 15 feet away from you, actually, because you were the furthest one away, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, the way it works, so 15 feet. You can easily get up to them and attack.
Being a rogue, I don't want to be the first one in.
That's fair. No one is actually adjacent to them right now. No.
Okay. I'm going to hold my attack in case one of them comes near me. And that just means I get the one attack rather than the two.
Correct.
I do not feel like dying first.
That's fair. Ragnar.
All right. Well, my sword's already out, so I'm gonna ready an attack for when one comes near me.
Everyone's just like, I'm not going to touch this shit.
I'm gonna try to. Yeah, no, I'll just ready an attack because who's beside me right now?
The entire party.
Well, if I'm staring at them, who's to my right and left?
God, the way you were, known was to your right, and Gref was to your left.
Okay. Screw it. I won't hold an attack. I'll just go up to the nearest one and take a swing. Might as well. Why not?
Okay, sounds good.
I'm a barbarian. I might as well attack.
It's fair. It's
By
what
the way, I'm
barbarians
not
do.
going to hit. I can tell you that right now.
No, you are not. Probably not going to hit. Probably not. Doesn't mean you won't, but probably not.
That's a 9.
That will not hit. No. Then it will
Hey,
be.
you have a +6 to your attacks. Jeez.
The most you should be able to have, good sir, is a +5. One sec.
He could have a feat. He could have something to give him +1.
Either way, whatever. Not super worried about it for now. So, Yalak.
How round are these guys again?
Like how big around or how
Yeah.
round? Okay. They are.
Both.
They take up like a full 5 feet by themselves.
Okay.
So they're big worms. Big worms.
So I'll be able to make it to the opposite side of where Ragnar is to flank him.
You will be able to. Yep, no problem.
Okay, perfect. That's what I'll do.
Sure.
And I will attack this bad boy. So I got a 14 and an 18.
All right, so an 18 will definitely hit.
Perfect. And that will be 5 points of damage to him.
Okay, so you managed to take a decent hack and slash at the dude. 5 points. You can see that a lot of it gets kind of deflected off of the bony plates of this creature. But you do manage to strike home, so life is good.
Perfect.
All right, then that worm is actually going to turn around and just try to whip you with its head. Just lay on you
Wonderful.
kind of thing.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
That's what I want.
I'm going to guess that a 20 hits you.
Ooh, yes, just barely though.
That is 8 points of damage as he lays his entire body on top of you, trying to crush you underneath his weight.
That felt painful.
The second one is actually going to kind of get into such a manner as to hit Bryn. So this creature will walk up to within melee range, which means you get your attack off first.
Ha! Motherfucker is gonna get attacked. Pow!
That
Hey, I hit him.
will hit. And it will deal some damage. Not bad. Okay, so you get a good slashing on him. You cut away some of the exoskeleton. He bleeds a little. And then he just kind of puffs at you. I'll need you to make a con save, please.
Wait, this is it a poison?
It is a poison.
Ha! Advantage. Not good.
Not good at all.
That was crappy.
You, sir, are considered poisoned.
Yay!
Okay. And then he's going to take it. He's going to take a little while and shift the rocks around him. That'll grab Gref. I want you to make a dexterity-based save, please.
Sorry, a dex save for me?
Yep.
How did you
Okay.
get that nice looking thing, Andrew?
That's using the macros off the character sheet on Roll20.
Oh, okay.
Once your character sheet's done, you'll be able to do it too.
Yep.
14 for the dex save.
You managed to stay on your feet and not drop prone. So the little shifting was kind of no use against you. Rox, you're up.
Going to. Well, I held my action, and none has moved closer, have they?
No, none are within melee range.
Okay. Oh, then I will cast. What the heck is it called? Wrathful Smite.
Okay, so you have a smite prepped.
Yeah, it's duration's 1 minute, so.
Yeah. All right. Graf, you're up.
Cool. First off, for bonus action, I'm going to enter a rage.
Fair enough. Yep.
And then I am going to swing with my great axe, I guess, at the closest one.
Okay. You step forward to the one that tried to shake you off your feet, and you just go for an axe attack.
And I got a 17 plus 5, a 22.
That will definitely hit.
Cool. Damage is 10 plus the 2 from the rage, so 12.
12. Okay. You managed to hack open a giant section of this creature. You can definitely tell he's seen better days and looks more than a little bloody.
I think Gref would have entered the rage because he was really pissed off that he was poisoned. So.
Did you take disadvantage on that attack?
I took normal on that attack because of the advantage from rage, right?
Rage doesn't grant advantage. It only grants advantage
You
on
get
strength-based
advantage
skill
from reckless
checks.
attacks.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'll do reckless then. So he'll
You
have
shouldn't-
advantage.
You won't have reckless till level 2.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Yeah. Well, then I guess I will roll again. And the first one was 22. The second one is 19.
That will still hit then. Good to go.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you manage to smack the creature at the end of your turn. Go ahead and make a con save.
Okay. I hate these pages. How you have to switch back and forth. Saves. Con save. 17.
Okay. Consider yourself no longer poisoned.
Nice.
Then Rox, you're up.
I will move up. And now, can I cast a cantrip while concentrating on a spell?
As long as you do not take damage and you do not cast another spell that requires concentration, you're good to go.
Okay, so then I'm gonna cast Green Flame Blade with my attack.
All right.
And then part of the action is to make the attack for that cantrip.
Yep.
So then I will roll to hit. And I rolled a 5. I will spend my inspiration. Because might as well. And I'll roll with advantage. With
That's a little
19.
better. Yep. So you come up to the creature that Ragnar and Yalak were kind of approaching, and you attempt to strike it, and not really finding purchase the first time, you managed to smack it in between the layer of plates the second time, letting off a green flame and your Wrathful Smite at the same time.
Yay. So the one that's... If there is one within 5 feet, it takes 5 damage. Or, sorry, 3 damage.
There is not, unfortunately.
Okay, well, then I will do 1d6 plus 3. Where are you, dice roller? There you are. I need you to be this. And so the first one is 6, and then for the
Wrathful Smite.
Wrathful one is 2, and it needs to make a save.
So,
DC for the save is 13, I believe.
roll a 15 on the die, so I believe that's a save.
Yes.
Okay. So you managed to try and take down a creature. It didn't quite go as well as you had planned. But nonetheless, you did hit it. Bryn?
Is anyone else attacking the one that was attacking me?
Yep. That would be Graf. Graf is attacking the one that attacked you.
Am I able to get to spin around it so I'm flanking?
Yes, you can.
Cool. Then I can negate the disadvantage from my poisons, or my poisoned condition, and attack twice.
Yep. Go for it.
But I don't get my sneak attack because I have a disadvantage.
So that'll definitely hit for 6 points. Not bad.
So that's the scimitar and my second swing. I'm just going swing happy. Wow. Never mind. It's complete opposite of last week.
Okay, so you get 2 good swings off the creature. It gives this weird sort of shriek or like bellow. It's a little disorienting. It sounds like rocks grinding against each other, mixed with nails on a chalkboard. Doesn't seem to enjoy what you've done. And then at the end of your turn, I will get you to roll a con save, please, with advantage, of course, because you're a dwarf.
Ha! Oh, whoops! I forgot to hit advantage, so I'll just go twice.
You are still poisoned.
Yeah, I figured.
Ragnar.
Well, all right. I'm gonna rage
Okay.
since I completely forgot that I can do that.
You're a barbarian, dude. That's like your catchphrase.
I don't play as a barbarian that often, so I will forget.
Somebody else has got to rage first, and then he'll remember that he can do that.
Yeah, right.
And then I'm gonna take a good old swing. Is Yolik still on the opposite side, giving me advantage?
He is, yep.
Correcto.
Well, that definitely won't hit. Okay, does a 21 hit?
It does hit, yep.
That was my second. Damn, that sucks. I'm trying out my new dice, so. It's not it. This one. It is a 10. And then rage gives you +2 to your strength attack.
To the damage, yeah.
Okay, so 12 total.
12. Okay. So you come up and the creature, while being distracted by Yolak, like trying to smash him over and over again, you hack into where you think this creature's back would be and cleave a good like foot and a half into it before yanking out your weapon, and the cascade of blood makes you think this creature probably doesn't have too much longer to live.
Kill it.
All right, Yolak, you're up.
I'm just gonna go straight for another attack on that bad boy. He's angered me. He gave me some good old damage, and
He did.
my feelers are quite hurt right now. So, does a 20 hit him?
A 20 does hit him.
Good.
Or did you roll with advantage?
Ooh, I did not. All right, I'm assuming my 20 is still good.
Yeah, 20 is still good.
We're gonna do a solid 8 points of damage to that bad boy.
How do you want to do it?
How do I want to do it?
Yep. Describe felling the mighty beast.
Well, I got my quarterstaff, so I was pretty angry that he just landed on me, so I just like grabbed the end of it and just stabbed it straight into him.
Not the right kind of damage to take down a worm, but good enough. You shish kebab, partially, a giant worm, and as the greenish, blackish, just brackish overall fluid coats you from like elbows up.
Good.
You feel a little bit of victory there.
That's what gets me off, so I'm happy now.
Excellent. The remaining worm is going to take... he's going to swing around and try to land on Bryn.
Seems about right.
Okay, that provokes an attack of opportunity from Gref and Bryn. Both of you go ahead and make an attack if you want.
Beautiful.
100%. Stabby stab scimitar. I hit rocks.
Why would you do that?
That was silly.
You're dulling your weapon.
I got 13.
To be fair, you don't hit me with that roll either.
So you guys make this cross attack as this creature, when it goes to move, it didn't really account for all the injuries it had taken. You can hear something tear, and as it bleeds some more, it stops the attack, kind of freezes mid-strike, and both of you go to attack it, and both weapons bounce off of its bony hide. All right, Gref, go ahead.
All right, well, I am going to run over to it. And can I try making acrobatics and try and jump onto it and mount it?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do.
If you're actually doing a jumping motion, I would say athletics, not acrobatics.
Athletics? Okay,
Yeah.
That's fair. Athletics is this one. Roll.
A
A 10?
with this creature kind of wiggling around the way it is, I would kind of like really close to a grapple. You're not able to actually get a good purchase on this thing to start climbing up it. You just like cover yourself in its blood and you slip off the side.
Okay, am I still able to make an attack at it?
I would say with disadvantage, you probably could, yeah.
Okay, cool. I will do that then. With disadvantage,
Go get him.
I'll just roll twice, I guess. I don't know if they have a thing where you can click disadvantage on here. So it's 12.
12. Okay, yeah, you miss whiff entirely.
Damn.
Rox,
It's going to look so cool.
right?
Yep.
Instead, you just gave it a hug and slid down, and then tried to hit it and didn't.
Yeah.
Rox, go ahead.
Well, I see how these two people are, professionally not killing the worm. I will position myself for maximum effect to surround it.
Okay.
Then I will swing with my mighty crumpin stick for a 14.
You will have advantage.
12.
Okay. Neither one of those is going to hit. Your weapon bounces aimlessly off of the creature's thick hide.
Fair enough.
All right, Bryn, you're up.
Resteadying myself after my failed opportunity attack, I'm going to just swing twice again.
Poke, poke. That will hit, and that's
Okay.
actually enough to kill the poor thing.
Ah,
So
Nice.
you find yourself off balance, and you go to make a hacking attack with your scimitar, and it slides right through, unbeknownst to you, the hole left behind by Gref, and then into the creature's heart. So you kind of pull back your blade, the entire thing tumbles to the side and half falls apart.
and in that whole motion, I actually let go of my scimitar, thinking that it got away with it. But then as you see that it's flipped over dead. I'm like, meant to do that.
Yeah, obviously.
Totally.
Okay.
Tenfold.
Styled all over it.
Yep. Should I make a Constitution save?
Yes, you should.
I will quickly look around to see if any more of these stupid things are coming. Or listen, I guess.
Okay, so Andrew, that is another failure. Go ahead and roll again.
Oh, okay. Am I just going to continue rolling until I pass it?
Well, actually, if you failed 3 times in a row, there are terrible consequences, but you passed.
Yay!
So, life is good. So you find yourself like the poison purges out of your system. Rox, I'll have you go ahead and roll a perception check, please.
So, while Rox is, looking around, I'm gonna think to myself, yo, I'm a monk. I could have been using a bonus action as an attack and attack this thing twice the whole time. But don't even worry about it. I've got this figured out for next time.
Yeah.
We are doing good at remembering our characters.
I rolled a 3. I am so perceptive. It's a nat 1.
You look around,
rough.
and for a solid minute, you forget what you're looking for. You're just looking around, sniffing at the air, and then you kind of zone back in and realize you weren't really looking for anything. Not in particular, anyway.
I understand. I was communing with nature.
Yeah.
Taking it in.
Frick. Mint.
Are we able to judge from where these worms came from, or they just come straight out of the ground?
They it seemed like most of them came from north of you.
Where did our little goblin friend go? Is he still riding Gref?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. At the moment, he is looking greener than usual.
Gref, you keep him safe.
How'd he do when I flew onto the worm?
Hold on, was he attached to his chest or was it his back? I
No,
don't remember.
he was just sitting on him. Yeah. He actually held on quite admirably. He rolled a higher athletics check than you did, even with the disadvantage that poison brings.
This guy's a good guy.
Well, I'm gonna say they came from the north. If anybody cares to know about the worms.
I regret to inform you, your goblin friend has fainted and fallen off of you.
No, goblin buddy.
So as he's sitting there, like say, he looked a little greener for a moment, and then he puked up a bit of this black bile and just fell off of you.
Can I make a reaction to try and grab him before he hits the ground?
Absolutely, go for it.
What do I roll?
That's up to you. Athletics or acrobatics. Works for me.
Let's see what I got. Acrobatics, athletics. Okay, let's go athletics. That is an 18.
Okay. So you managed to catch the guy so he doesn't actually hit the ground, but his skin feels like soft and squishy to the touch.
I kind of look around to the other guys and I'm like, I think he did.
I broke him.
Yeah. Oopsie.
Anybody know medicine?
What was that, Ryan?
Does anybody know medicine?
I mean, I can try and give him some of the dusty booze.
Ooh, good call. Nice.
That's I call it firecracker. It'll wake him right up.
I like that.
Cool.
There's a chance that he can die.
There's a chance he's already dead.
I look to whoever has that bottle of alcohol and I say, hey, I give to him.
Yeah, where did that go?
What, the bottle of booze?
Yeah, that one that I left on the floor. Who picked that up?
I had the half of one.
Yep, that would be
Yeah,
him.
let's just use that one.
Yeah, give him the halfer.
Okay, I reach for the... Are you going to pass it to me or not?
Yeah, I'll pass her over.
Okay, then I will take it. I'll take a big swig of it first, and then I'll put stuff it in his throat.
Rude. I was gonna drink
All right,
that.
so,
You drink that.
Gref, I'll get you to roll a con save.
Okay.
Gonna be a good time, boys.
That's a nat 1.
So you take this big swig, and you get one or two like swallows into it, and then you start just like spitting it back up. You begin to feel like really, really woozy. It's like you've never had booze before or something.
Whoa.
And eventually you just flat pass out.
Oh,
Not on top
great.
of the goblin, fortunately.
Good.
But you never get the chance to actually feed the booze to the goblin before you're just flat unconscious.
I don't think we
Oh,
should
man.
feed the goblin that. If that did that to him, I don't think this tiny little bastard's gonna survive.
I'm going to attempt to do medicine on the poor little guy.
I mean,
I
like,
mean, I
I'm
drink that
just,
shit with advantage, so.
I'm just curious as to why the one who's like, the monk who drinks constantly is like not trying out this alcohol before anybody else. The one who's, prone in the alcohols.
Oh, I already drank it too.
I know you guys both have drank it, and I still haven't got to taste some of this. I'm a little upset.
Well, I'm going to roll a medicine there for the little guy. 13.
With the 13, you can definitely tell the creature is poisoned, and without medical aid, he'll probably die. As far as you can tell, it's slowly just leaching his vitality.
So as he's finding that out, I'm also going to touch my nose and say, I'm not carrying Gref.
Well, let's first deal with the goblin that's dying.
Pish posh, anyone can carry him.
Not if he's dead. We can't show up to the goblin camp that he's guiding us to as a corpse.
Yeah.
But we
That
could,
won't be
it's just
well
not
received.
recommended.
Well, Gref, I could just start carrying him and drag him along, so it doesn't matter about him. Our first priority is this goblin.
How does that make you feel, Gref? It doesn't matter about you.
I unfortunately am not skilled in the art of goblin medicine.
Me either.
I don't necessarily have the spells to do it either.
I don't have the knowledge to deal with poison.
Neither do I.
And unfortunately, looking in the distance, you can see that the mountains where the goblins' mining stronghold would be, it's still about a day away.
Would survival be something to use to find like natural? Was it detoxins or?
Yep, you could definitely find some natural antidotes. Or at least you could try with a decent survival check. It would take then a decent medicine check to actually apply them properly.
Well, let's try. I'll see if I can. I'll take a quick look
I'll
around
give
and
him-
see if this terrain is conducive to healing plants.
I'll give him a background on that one.
All right,
I'll
so
help him out.
Rox, go ahead and roll with advantage.
The first one's a 12. The second one's a 17.
All right, with that, you actually do find some. It's not going to cure him, but there's a few leaves in the area you know of that might actually be able to hold off any poisons, at least temporarily.
Okay. Well, I'll just be like, give me a second. I think I know something that might help. I'll be right back, and I will use my feline, whatever sprinty thing, and take off like a rocket for the first little bit.
Okay. Takes you about 10 minutes, and by the time you get back, the goblin is breathing a little heavier. It doesn't seem to have really slipped any further into death, but you know it's not necessarily a good thing.
So I go. I believe these leaves will help. I am not that great at preparing them. If anybody else knows how to prepare herbs,
I can't say I'm proficient in it either. I don't know anything.
I mean, I'm proficient in brewer's supplies, so I can try and make something.
Yeah,
you're
I'm
probably
brewer's
the
supplies,
best
so I mean,
person.
like, I can help out that way.
You can distill it.
Sure. Yeah.
Or
If there
concentrate
are-
it. I guess.
Me and Bryn can distill some things.
Yeah. Why don't we do that?
Because it's not what it's meant for, I would give you disadvantage. Because you're both doing it, that's a regular roll.
Okay. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna find. We're in like a forest, right? I'm gonna
It's-
find like
Kind of a plains kind of area, not a forest.
plains. I'm gonna find a piece of flat land
Mhm.
and set up my brewer's kit.
Okay. So it takes you a
And-
little while to get that all together.
Sorry.
Takes you a little while to find the place, set everything out. It's been about half an hour by now.
I'm gonna continue to try to tend this little goblin.
Let's see, can I just click that? Yeah, I can. Cool. All right. Little while passes, and this. I'm not liking that. I'm gonna use my inspiration, and this happens.
Mm.
Oh,
That is incredibly average the whole way.
So as you cobble something together, the best that you can come up with is this really pungent smelling, almost booze-like green liquid that acts more like a gel than anything else.
Hey, it's the same color.
I'll drink it. I'll drink whatever's left.
It's fair. So you actually give some to the little goblin, believing that it's going to help him. And fortunately for you, it actually does seem to restore a bit of the color to his face. He's not turning purpley green anymore. He's going back to being a little bit green. You know that based on the what Rox told you, he probably just has longer to live. It doesn't mean he's necessarily going to live. And then y'all, like, as he gives half of what he just made to the tiny little goblin, you kind of take a look at the vial that's swig.
The other thing we can do is keep it in case he goes back to being purpley green.
We can see if we can carry him to the goblin camp and see if they can treat him, because right now it seems that we've bought him time.
That's my point.
But
And we
y'all,
leave-
I will get you to roll a Constitution save, please.
Mint.
and
We're gonna do
all-
a solid 5 on that.
And we leave these two people that have passed out behind.
If they're both unconscious, let's just put Yolik on top of Gref, and I'll drag them.
Wait, is this against poison? Does he have? He's a dwarf?
Yalak? No,
Yeah.
it's not poison. It's actually just a little bit of alcohol in it. It's the equivalent of drinking like hand sanitizer. It's really not good
Right.
for you.
Got a
And
little bit of
you
blurred
just feel
vision.
tipsy. So you are not doing so great when it comes to keeping a straight mind or straight thoughts.
Perfect.
Dwarven
And this is what we just fed this guy. I love it. Loving it.
So why don't you drag Gref by the ankles? We'll put the goblin on top of him. And we will make for where we think the goblin mines are.
Okay.
All right.
That
I'm
sound
just-
good?
Sounds fine. I might need help dragging him though. He is a big guy.
I mean, if you really want, I can give you 30 pounds of help. Sorry, 10 pounds of help.
10 pounds of help.
Yeah.
So much work.
Yeah, and it won't be me that's doing it.
Do I got to roll to see if I can?
What's your strength score?
Are you wanting to go based off of how it theoretically, if we're doing 27 on the points score?
Well, no, you should have 30 on the point by.
Yeah. Well, then the point by, it doesn't give you 30. It only gives you a 27. You have to like figure out. That's why my strength score is a little higher.
It caps out at, regardless, it caps out at 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then that would be a +3 then to the strength. If we're doing that, and I'll just reconfigure this after.
Okay. So that means you have a 17 in strength, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, that is more than enough to drag Gref.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you guys kind of make your way into the distance, now you are moving a little slower because you have 2 unconscious folks. Quickly becomes night before you're even really aware of it. The walking isn't exactly your favorite part of it. By the time you get to a reasonable campsite, you can see that the sun's already beginning to set. Setting up your camp takes maybe an hour before you drift off to sleep for the night. Did you guys want to set a watch?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like to take a break first because I just was carrying around 2 guys for who knows how long.
I can take the first watch,
I'll take second.
and you can have third after your break.
Perfect.
And then when the other 2 wake up, we can make fun of them because, the real men are
Perfect.
doing all the work.
Oh, we should
Perfect.
tell them that they were out for like 6 days.
I'm down for that.
Tell them it's like 6 days later.
Okay.
And Gref owes me a lot for carrying him around.
For 6 days. Yeah.
For 6
For
days.
6 days. Yeah.
The night passes completely uneventfully. You can spend your hit dice to heal if you'd like. At the end of the rest, you'll regain half of your hit dice.
I don't think it took any damage.
I don't think anybody did except for poison.
Yolik took some damage from getting squished by a worm.
Fair enough.
Okay. By the time morning rolls around, Gref actually groggily comes to, not remembering anything that happened, even before the earthworm fight, up to when you guys discovered the children in the smoke. Memories just
Now, did I
gone.
wake up during the night, or did I wake up in the morning?
In the morning with the sunlight.
Oh, okay.
Overnight, the goblin seems to have gotten a little bit worse again. His skin's kind of soft and waxy. He doesn't look like he's doing the best. His breathing's a lot more labored and staggered, not even at all.
I
Alright.
guess we should potentially hurry. Is anybody good at tracking?
Not this guy.
That'd be survival, right?
Gref is good at it.
I can give it a try.
I was thinking if someone wants to scout up ahead to see if they can find out where we're going while we pack up camp, we lose less.
I can do that. I'll contribute to the party.
Yeah, I got 17.
Oh, you already rolled? Okay.
A Goliath scout.
The sneakiest. Yeah. All right, so
Yeah, Graf, I think you should help out with the packing up.
so Ragnar, you
sounds good.
kind of head forward. You head forward, trying to figure out where you're going next. As you get further on into it, about 20 minutes ahead of the rest of the group, you begin to see more commonly that there are tiny footprints. Some of them booted, some of them just barefoot. All of them remind you of goblin tracks, so you know you're heading in generally the right direction.
Okay. So I'm gonna take a nice little jog back.
Okay,
That way I don't go too far and run into anything I don't want to run into.
fair enough. By this time, it being 40 minutes, the party's already got everything packed up and they're on their way.
All right, guys, we are heading in the right direction. We just gotta head that way. I found footprints.
Perfect. Follow the footprints.
Okay.
Onwards.
Does anyone
Where
have
are
a
we
passive?
going again?
Oh, crap.
I understand you took a
Right,
nap for a while.
Yeah, it was a good sleep.
Yeah, I heard it was like, I mean, it was actually like 6 days.
What?
But yeah, that booze
Yeah.
that you drank, yeah, you shouldn't drink.
It would
Oh
be
my
not
God.
recommended because I did not like dragging you for 6 days straight.
6 days.
Yeah,
No wonder I feel so rested.
yeah, right. Good times. I'm gonna make a fortune off this one bottle that I have left.
Are we still going to kill the little goblins?
Yep. Yeah,
No.
we've been keeping
No.
them alive.
We've been keeping him alive. And you,
We're keeping him alive for now. Have patience.
Okay, you give me the word, I snap his neck.
Yeah, not yet.
Now?
Okay.
No, not when. Not when.
Not now.
Not now.
just carry him for now.
Ragnar, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is a total of 12.
Cool. Can you make a perception check for me, please?
Six.
All right. Can I get everyone to roll for initiative, please?
Sure. Oh, that's not too bad. 13.
It's fine, dude. Graph got a 22. Rocks 12. Okay.
Oh, also, did that count as a long rest when I was out?
Yep. Okay.
Like 6 long rests.
I'm just wondering if I got my my rage back.
You did, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So as you discuss snapping the goblin's tiny neck, you hear kind of a rustling in the bushes immediately before 4 tiny little short bow arrows shoot at the party. Okay. Phew. Guessing a 10 does not beat your AC, Gref?
No, it doesn't.
No, but I'm guessing a 16 will.
Yeah, just.
Okay. So you'll take 6 points of damage from 1.
Okay.
Ragnar, does a 15 beat your AC?
Yes.
Okay, you'll take 6 points of damage from another. and 4 points of damage from another. So these 4 arrows kind of strike the 2 most imposing party members. You can hear this kind of this short, harsh barking underneath the underbrush kind of thing. And you see 4 distinct little waves in the grassy field kind of run off to the side, trying to get away from you. Gref, what do you want to do?
Well, you did damage to me, so I'm definitely going to bonus action enter a rage.
Okay.
And I'm going to chase after the closest one.
Okay, so you head off towards what you perceive to be the closest one. Of course, they are shorter than the grass that's currently kind of waving around. So you know generally where they are. As you kind of approach where they are, you can see that there's a small goblin, even smaller than the one that you've been carrying around, that's covered in this like patchwork leather, a small short bow in one hand and a dagger kind of clutched in the other, and this crazy kind of grin on his face. What do you want to do?
I want to full-on punt him.
All right. Go ahead.
What am I rolling for that?
It'll be D20 plus 5.
Okay, I can roll that on here. D20 plus 5. All right. Oh.
So you go to kick the thing, and he actually manages to move out of the way of your blow. And as he grins wider, you can see his teeth, jagged and pointy. He's already like salivating. He's just ready to tear into you. All right.
Cool.
Which he's going to try and do with his dagger.
Bring it on, little one.
He will miss hilariously. He goes to try and stab at the leg that's already extended. You pull it back just in time, and you can see he looks a little disappointed as he drops the short bow and draws another dagger.
Okay.
The goblins that went off to the side are going to fire one more arrow at Gref. You hear the sharp twang of a bow as an arrow kind of flutters loosely to the ground, and you hear a really like a loud, annoyed screech, and it seems like he may have snapped himself with a bowstring. Okay, and another shot is going to peg Ragnar for another 3 points of damage.
Ouch.
Okay, Ragnar, you're up.
So I see that they're goblins that attacked us.
Nope, you have no idea. Gref does. You don't.
Okay. Well, shit. I am in not too great a shape. So I'm going to try to back off a bit. So do I know where the arrows are coming from at least?
You have a rough general direction, yeah.
I'm going to try to go as far away from that as I possibly can for the time being.
Okay, so you move like 60 feet off to the other side of the road into the brush, trying your best to avoid the goblin arrows coming at you. Rox, you're up.
Like arrows.
Mark?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that. How far away is something from me?
You can tell that the 3 of the creatures are around 30 feet away from the party.
So they're within just moving distance then?
Yeah.
Okay. I will go to the furthest one.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of. I don't know if they're moving in a straight line or a... But I'm going to try and corral them back-ish.
Okay, so you kind of loop around the goblins that are trying to run away from you. Do you want to make like an intimidation check to try and like scare them back towards the party?
I don't know if I have intimidation, but I could try.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm all right at it. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll try and intimidate them back. Let out a, I don't know, lion roar or whatever. Because you said we're sort of in like a plainsy area. There could be a big cat around here. Be a natural 19 with a roll of 22.
Okay, so you let this massive screeching roar that reverberates across the plains. You can hear a couple other creatures whimper, and you can see that the figures that were like still trying to move away stop, and like the grass stalks are still quivering as they're trying to hide in them.
Okay, that'll be my go. Not sure how talking works in combat rounds, but
You get a sentence or two off, no problem.
surrender.
Okay. Rocks. Oh, sorry, Bryn.
So there's I'm gonna run off to where Gref ran off to.
Okay, so it's pretty easy to find the big guy in the stalks of like tall grass, and you can see that he's facing off against a goblin. His two daggers out and this wicked grin on his face.
I'm if I can, I'm gonna come up behind that goblin.
Okay.
So I'm flanking it. Drawing my scimitar, I'm just gonna say, "Wrong party, friend," and just attack.
All right. Roll with advantage.
Dun, 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 dun. And because I get sneak attack, do I just click it? Does it work? No, I gotta add a d6.
Yep.
There we go.
So you get behind the creature and you kind of stab him. Slash him with a scimitar right across the spine. He kind of freezes up a bit, puts a hand to his back as he still grips one dagger. You can tell he's breathing heavily and not in the best shape.
Tried to warn you.
Then you'd still have your bonus action offhand attack.
I was assuming I didn't have my weapons drawn before the...
So you did scimitar spray movement. Okay, yep, good. Yaluk.
How far am I away from the closest one that I can at least...
Roughly
kind
30
of-
feet.
Roughly 30 feet. So like 25?
You can make it in
feet?
25, yeah.
Perfect. So I'm going to walk my 25 feet to that closest dude.
Okay.
And I'm just going to straight up come up swinging.
All right.
And this time I remember I got that bonus action of an unarmed strike. So we're going to do an 18 for the quarterstaff attack.
That will hit.
Perfect. That is going to do a solid 6 points of damage.
Excellent.
And then a quick unarmed strike after with a 21 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
And we're going to do a quick max 7 points of damage to him.
Okay, so you smack him with a quarterstaff and follow up with a punch, and the creature flies backwards like 3 feet, neck kind of oddly tilted to the side, as you heard a definitive snap.
That's what I thought.
All right. Gref, you're up.
Okay, so not this one that's like right in front of me with the daggers, but how close is the next nearest one?
About 20 feet away.
Okay, I'm going to take off. I'm going to take the attack of opportunity, and I'm going to just like full force run, and I'm going to try to punt again.
All right, go ahead and punt.
Trying to field kick this thing.
Yeah. Okay, so what am I rolling again for that?
D20 plus 5.
Oh yeah, D20 plus 5, right? D20 plus 5. Roll. There we go.
Okay, and then it'll be 4 points of damage as you just rear back and kick this creature as hard as you possibly can. Jesus. Okay.
Does that count? Does that count as a melee attack?
Yes, it does.
So do I get the extra 2 for the rage?
Yep. So that's 6 points of damage. He goes about 15 feet, crashes into the ground with you can hear another sickening snap as he takes the D6 from falling 10 feet and dies on impact.
Nice. And then I look at the next. I look at the next one and I say, "You're next."
That is terrible.
I'm going to whisper in the ear of the one I'm behind. I'm going to be like, "See, I told you."
Okay, the one that you like snuck up behind is going to turn around and just try and attack you with his little dagger. That'll be a 14 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, and that'll be 5 points of damage. As he
Wrong
kind
move.
of stabs you with the dagger.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he's going to kind of like crouch in place, like he's getting ready to fight you for real.
For
The
real.
goblin that, like, Ref, he pointed at one of the stalks and said, "You're next." Immediately, that goblin, you can see that the short bow swivel towards you, and he's going to take a shot. That's only a 12 to hit, so unfortunately he does not. He's, oh, wait, no, it wouldn't be. Yeah. So you can tell the creature's a little bit shaken based on what happened with the lion's roar, and he whiffs massively off to the side. Which actually reminds me of something. No, yeah, Andrew, you still would have taken the damage. Sorry.
Very well.
The goblin that attacked you actually had disadvantage, but he rolled the same number twice, so don't worry about it.
Cool.
Ragnar, you're now but 90 feet away from the goblins. They're no longer trying to kill you.
Well, I just went as far as I could at that one point, so I'm gonna just try to stop whatever is bleeding, because damn, that hurt.
It's fair. So you've got these 2 arrows stuck in your side. You kind of pull them out gently as much as you can and start like trying to push them together because you're a barbarian, and you bind it with a little bit of cloth, and that's all you got.
Perfect. I'm gonna slowly walk back to the rest of the group.
Okay. Rocks.
Well, he's not surrendering, so I'm gonna move up to him,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try and hit him.
Go for
Again.
it.
Sadly, with a 21.
That will definitely hit.
Okay, well then I'm gonna hit him with my crumpy crump for 6. I don't know why the other roll jumped in, but
Okay, so
no, sorry,
as...
that should be 7. Sorry, that should be a +3.
Plus, oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. So as you walk up behind the creature and just smash him as hard as you can see like part of his ribs kind of cave in on the one side, and he starts wheezing instead of breathing. So then it'll be Bryn. You're up.
So I still just have my scimitar out.
Yep.
I'm going to free draw my other weapon. I'm going to choose a light hammer.
Okay.
My little dwarven hammer, and I'm just gonna look down on this very short creature and just smack him on top of the head with my hammer.
All right.
Since I don't really get advantage anymore, or sneak attack.
Unfortunately, a 10 does not hit.
I think that's the first time we rolled below a 20.
This game, yes.
Yeah.
This session, yes. Failing that, I'm going to take my other attack, and
That will hit.
dab him. Hammers don't work. Toss that aside. Use the scimitar again.
Okay. So you kind of go to hit him with a hammer. It's more of a feint than anything, as he moves kind of to the side, right in line with your scimitar, and you slit his throat, and he kind of falls to the ground, gurgling a little. Okay.
I just walk right over his corpse.
So, Yalak, you're up. If you can.
I was gonna say, who's the closest person to me that I could
There is
possibly
only
attack?
one goblin creature left standing, and so far he's taken as Mark likes to put it, crump stick to the side, with his ribs kind of caved in a little.
Perfect. And how far away is he?
He would only be about 20 feet away from you.
Perfect. I'll do a walk and attack.
All right, go ahead and smash. Yeah, that definitely hits. How much damage? So 2, so 5. Your first attack with the quarterstaff is actually enough to kill him. Yeah. So you walk up, just grab the quarterstaff with both hands, jab him in the forehead. There's a crack, and his skull kind of shatters a little, making this like lumpy, deformed visage as he falls to the ground.
Take a look around. Is there anything else hiding in the weeds?
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Yeah, I also want to do that.
Okay. Both of you can roll perception if you'd like.
Yeah, I look at nature and I'm like, ah, it's pretty nice.
Yep. You start zoning out again. It's a good time.
It's something about those leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Bryn, you don't see anybody, but you get the distinct feeling that there was something else here that's leaving.
Shit. Well, there goes our peaceful welcoming party.
Do I hear that as I'm walking up, or am I still far away?
You'd hear that as you're walking up, yeah.
What do
Okay.
you mean?
Well, I mean, if fucking these were goblins, right? And we're trying to find the goblins and bring back a wounded goblin so that we can be all diplomatic and whatnot, right? If we just go in and kill their scouting party.
It's only a problem if we get caught.
Yeah, and there's one leaving.
It also doesn't help.
Wait, what?
It just pissed me off too, but I am really hurt right now. I need a break.
Why, here, just drink one of these. I'll toss him a potion. And see, where do you know where the person leave? Where they're at? Where they leave from?
Can I hear which way they're going?
No, it's more of a like sixth sense kind of thing, not a definitive. Yeah.
I have a feeling that someone is here.
That
Maybe
potion.
they can walk back. Goblin, I mean, I don't know typically, but I mean, I would think that these things wouldn't fight to the death. They probably have one in the backup.
Question. This potion that I'm
What
getting
about-
tossed. How much?
2d4 plus 2.
Yay. 10. Sweet.
That's epic.
That's lucky.
Max roll.
Well, if they're
Too bad
gone,
I can't get other rolls.
Yeah. no
I'll be
worries,
2 shakes.
No worries.
if they're gone,
Well,
I guess there isn't much we can do to catch them. So might as
I'm
well
gonna-
see if the goblins have anything useful on them.
Yep, I agree.
I'm gonna take a drink of that, and then I'm gonna thank you, Rox. And I'm gonna do a survival check for where we are and see if where that straggler ran off to that Bryn was talking about.
Yeah. Okay, so you can do a quick patrol kind of around the area just to take a look and see if you can find them.
I just need to take a pee break. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's a 12.
So it takes you about 15 minutes before you actually find the tracks of the last goblin. Wasn't actually one goblin, it was two. Both of them booted and definitely heavier set than the other goblins. So you're fairly certain that they were not low-class goblins.
All right, I'm gonna tell that to everybody.
You do find some tracks that kind of lead you in a direction, though. Definitely.
Gref, still being under his influence of his rage, is just gonna book it after the tracks.
Okay, after
Crap! Stop.
after about 12 seconds, the rage wears off, unless you just want to keep chasing it down to the end.
After the rage wears off, I'm gonna slow down, and I'm gonna kind of look around where I am and just kind of wait for the party.
Yeah, thanks to the
Grab
relative
from
flatness
Get
of the
back
area,
here.
you can see the party a fair ways behind you.
Okay.
And as you kind of slow down and take a look around, coming into that like red tinged vision you had before, kind of almost lost your cool there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to loot the bodies around me.
Okay.
I want to pick up the daggers specifically.
Okay. So the goblin daggers aren't very well made. You can definitely tell they're made of iron, not steel. They're not very well balanced, but they were like crudely blacksmith kind of thing. Are you proficient in smith's tools?
Nope. Just
Okay.
brewers.
Fair enough. They are,
But they work with throwing daggers, so.
yeah. Actually, the daggers that you pick up from the goblins they're not balanced properly for throwing at all. They're rough hewn. It'll be disadvantage on an attack if you try to throw them.
Fair enough.
They're very poor quality.
It's drop and go daggers.
Melee attacks, they should be fine, but just throwing them, not so great. You also managed to find, scattered amongst the bodies, these goblins were relatively rich for goblins. There are 60 gold pieces there.
I am going to tell everyone I found 40 gold pieces.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Okay.
Everybody gets a solid 8.
Well, if
He gets 28. We get 8.
Don't worry, it goes to a good cause.
Okay. Sitting here in the kind of early day, you'd say. It's still very, very early, like 9-ish a.m. You begin to hear the cries of creatures start to like resound across the open plain again. After that brief bit of combat, they've kind of come back to that normal level of noise, and you begin to hear a few of them seem to get closer.
So now I guess the question becomes, we've killed their scouting party. They know we've killed them. Do we continue on the current course, or do we change direction?
what, we could try whoever's really good at convincing people to talk to these guys. Perfect.
I mean,
And,
maybe. I'm good at lying to people.
well, you'll probably be better than most of us. If we could try to say that they attacked us out of what Griff said, try to tell them the truth in a manner of speaking, we only attacked out of self-defense, we might be able to get the truth out of what the hell happened in town and avoid a massive assault on us.
I'm also good at convincing people.
Muscle.
Griff, you're not allowed. You got to hold off for now. I got 2 arrows in the sides because of what you said out loud.
You should have heard what I said, not out loud.
That would have been 4 arrows.
I would have been dead.
You die too easy.
Small, puny human.
Well, I think before, like, how far away from this thing are we roughly?
From the mountains themselves, based on what you traveled yesterday, like you should have been able to make it there yesterday. You only made half the journey because Gref was unconscious. You're about half a day away. By road. If you follow this trail that left off to the side, it might take you a little longer.
Okay.
Do we know which way they're coming from?
We know that the goblin mines are to the east, or the goblin stronghold is to the east. This path kind of diverges a little bit and goes towards the southeast.
So what time of day are we at right now?
Early morning. It's like 9:30.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay. Well,
Pretty much breakfast time.
Can have a bit of
What's that,
roasted
Bryn?
cheese I have in my pocket.
Ooh, does sound yummy.
I snatch it out of your hand.
It's definitely got lint on it. Maybe a little bit of a twig or something.
Thank you. I was feeling
Graphy
famished.
cheese, lint stuck in teeth.
I vote before we go all the way there, we have some kind of a short rest before, because I don't want to use a potion to get to full health before we possibly get into a big fight with goblins.
So you guys can take the hour to just do your short rest, regain anything you lost. Go ahead and spend your hit dice if you want to.
Yes, I want to.
There's a secret to this. Just don't get hit.
Yeah, hard to do as a rogue.
I don't know.
I guess
I see
I
people
took
doing
some
okay.
damage too.
I'm gonna do a quick cry in the corner away from everybody.
Yeah, I'm full health again.
I'm gonna be full health after this one roll.
I love max rolls.
Except for when you get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a little upset with myself. Why do I roll max rolls on healing myself, but not on doing anything else?
Because that's D&D life, man. There's one thing you're going to be good at, and only one thing. For me, it's non-important story details every time.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. It's for slitting my teammates' throats, nothing else.
For things that don't matter in the current situation, I could be doing something dumb, get the max roll, but in the middle of a fight, I'll roll a nat one.
Make sure you guys are adding your con bonuses to your hit die.
Yep.
I don't need to. I rolled.
I was only 5 down, so 5 or 6 down. So
I
rolled
was
an
only
8.
6 and I got an 11. So
Yeah.
Okay. After the hour, or you guys did get a little distance from the goblin party. You got about that 120 feet. You do notice in the distance that there are animals definitely savaging the goblin corpses you left behind. You're glad you put a little distance between yourselves because some of them look a little intimidating. They glance at your party a few times in the distance, but don't really try to pursue.
That's good because prolonged fighting with a bunch of guys is not ideal.
Right.
So you said they look at us?
Yep, they did look at you.
Okay, I want to look at them and I just want to give it a really intimidating look.
See, and I'm gonna say they're the dead ones. We're alive. Stay where you're at.
Go ahead and roll an animal handling check, Gref.
Nice.
Challenging their supremacy.
Animal handling is.
This reminds
13.
me of wow, we're just gonna grind in the plains and kill all the boars.
Yeah, all the boars. Get to level 60. 3 XP at a time.
That's all we need.
You got that animal handling was 13?
I did not know. Okay, so you
Oh.
kind of stare at the creatures, and they stare at you, but they just go back to eating instead of really interacting.
Hello, doggo.
Hello, tiny dog.
See, that animal handling really worked now, didn't it?
It did. He's
Whoops.
proficient.
And there was the fumble.
But do you guys want to go back to the road and follow that, or do you want to keep following the trail?
The trail, of course.
The shortest way.
Well, the problem is if we want this goblin to die, the original one, we can follow the path. We should probably follow the road just heads east.
Yep.
If we want it to live, we should just follow the road.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you made a good point earlier. Let's not kill him and show up with a corpse. So, I mean, we should probably just follow the road.
I mean, they already know that we've killed them. They already know that we've killed some of them. So what's the point in dragging this dead one?
That's why Bryn would need to convince them that what happened was a complete misunderstanding and a self-defense as well.
Yeah, we're going to be walking into the bush.
Either way, we're going to either deal with an army in front of us or an army behind us.
Yeah. How's that goblin looking, by the way? Is he purple green yet?
No, like I said, his skin is a little waxy. His eyes are sunken. He hasn't quite gotten to the purple stage yet, but you can tell that his skin is darkening again. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give him I'm gonna give him that other shot of that stuff if I can.
You can, as long as you keep applying it. You know that he'll be okay for another couple of days, but it's only a couple of days. It's not a permanent solution.
Yeah, I just want him looking tip top for when we show.
It's fair.
That's all.
I mean, as top can be.
Yeah.
I mean, super technically, we could probably just rub some green leafage on him, green him up a little bit that way.
Well, if anybody wants to attempt a medicine check with me,
No,
And-
no. I have a disguise kit.
Ooh.
Oh, I like the things here.
How well can I disguise this goblin into looking like a healthy goblin?
That is a chance I'm willing to take.
All right, go ahead and roll your d20 plus 5.
I'm proficient in it.
Mm-hmm.
19.
Nice.
Hells yeah. We got a healthy goblin, boys.
He looks like a very tip-top shaped goblin, except for the fact that his breath is ragged. You could probably fool most goblins into thinking he was perfectly healthy, just asleep.
Who's got a breath mint?
we could probably go find some grass out.
Can I like scavenge for some mint?
I would say mint specifically doesn't grow in this area now.
Ooh, something that smells tasty on the breath.
Anything citrus would do it. Like
Yeah.
lemongrass or...
You can spend some time freshening up his breath. Yeah, that's no problem.
Perfect. This goblin is like 20 out of 20 is what you're telling us. He's Mento.
Solid 9.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's someone you take home from the bar sober.
No one's gonna know that he's on death's door.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, I'll shove my hand in and work him like a hand puppet.
Good call. Good call.
Sounds
Yeah.
like it's going downhill fast.
You
Well,
know,
we're already
it's-
down the rabbit hole. Let's go.
This isn't
Still
the
a
first
problem.
time I've heard of goblin puppetry, although previously it was goblin necro puppetry, so you're doing one step up.
Again,
It's
none of
honestly
us
all we
speak
need.
Goblins, so good luck with the ventriloquism on a language you don't know.
All he's got to do is open and close the mouth. He'll just think he's lost his voice.
Yeah.
I think Griff's hands are a little too big for that.
Graf's hands are perfect size, fit in full skull.
That would fit the whole body.
Okay, so we're gonna take the road.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about.
All right. And not for super nefarious reasons, can I get everyone to PM me, or actually just go ahead and tell me your passive perception scores, please?
12.
Also perception.
I fixed mine, Devin,
Mhm.
so everything should work even better. 13.
Okay.
That way everything works with the 30 and
Yep.
all that.
11. I'll be back in 2 shakes.
So what I'm hearing is
9.
nobody has a 14 or up.
Negative.
No.
Okay. Who's leading the party?
Griff.
Okay.
Probably.
So heading along the road, not the path, as per usual, for no nefarious reasons whatsoever. You guys do end up crossing the entire distance to the mines. As you get closer to them, the grass gets a little bit scarcer. You can definitely see that there are signs of civilization, more trampled flora, not fauna, Jesus. Trampled deer everywhere, no. Trampled flowers and bushes and stuff, and you can see in the distance there are little bits and pieces of smokes from cook fires. You begin to smell that kind of odd mingling of a bunch of different people cooking all at once because you get close to the place, or close to the stronghold at around supper time. And as you approach, you notice that there's this like gap in the mountains that the road kind of leads directly to. It has this massive wooden palisade going all the way around it, pointed tips on the sides, and through the wall, which it's just, there's an open entrance No gate, no nothing. You can see various little huts scattered here and there, and the road continues straight through, carving through the mountains, like it was, well, designed like that. Now, as you get closer, again, I've said like 3 times now, you can see little goblin guards here and there. A lot of them wearing just leather outfits, most of them having bows that are unstrung and aimed in your general direction. A couple with short swords or daggers at their sides, and one very serious looking one who stands a little taller than the others, about 3.5 feet tall, very heavily muscular, and you can't tell what kind of arm he's wearing, but it is shiny in the falling sun. He has a rather large shield that for you would just be a regular shield. For him, it acts like a kind of tower shield with a sword in the other hand. And as you guys approach, he shouts something in Goblin.
You're
None
up,
of us
Bryn.
do stuff.
I look back to the party and I'm like, I found them.
Good job, Gruff.
I'm gonna walk
Anybody
out
speak
behind.
Goblin.
Thanks, Gruff.
It was all me.
So, what was that, Bryn?
I'm gonna walk out from behind Gref and kind of like walk around him and just keep walking towards this place.
Okay. The close as
Gref,
you get
you gotta
kind of,
follow me.
as you get about 50 feet away, all of the archers raise their bows simultaneously, and the guy shouts something else in Goblin.
Say, wait. We got one of your guys. We're just here to bring him back. He got injured in whatever happened in Touchstone.
Okay. As you kind of you talk to him in common, in broken common, he responds, "Lies, kinslayers."
We we had a hard road here. No doubt. We were attacked, but we still nursed your guy back. We still brought him. Hey, we come in good faith.
You little.
You come to kill. You
No.
slay many.
We come to talk. And I start setting down all my weapons on the ground.
As you kind of pull them out, they look a little curious at first, and as you continue to pull them out, do you pull out the goblin daggers too?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, sorry. No, I don't. Fuck no.
Good choice.
I start patting my pockets and I go, oh, wait, no, that's not that. And I start just tossing out other stuff. I throw my hammer, I just whip it behind me. I don't care.
They at first they're like okay, and then they start to look a little impressed, and then they look a little scared again as you pull out your, because you have 4 daggers, a scimitar, and a light hammer, right?
Yep.
Yeah. At 4 weapons, they're impressed. At 6 weapons, they're a little scared.
Yeah, I just
Accurate.
set them all down. I don't hate them. I pull out a bottle. I got the dusty booze. I go, look, we come in peace. We can drink. We can talk. I want to figure out what happened at Touchstone. And here's your guy. He attacked me in a basement, and then he got poisoned by some worms in the ground.
Okay, I will get you to roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Did you set that bottle of beer down?
No, I'm holding that shit. I'm not letting that get picked up.
Gref was gonna take another swig.
Yeah.
No, this is the unopened bottle.
He was gonna chuck.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to help me so I get normal rolls?
I'll give you a help.
I was gonna say I could, but it wouldn't be that great.
How do you?
So, Bryn,
How do
go
you
ahead
help?
and roll regularly.
I'm horrible.
I can help with a 11.
Oh no, you just need to say that you're helping. That's all.
Yeah, I was curious for RP reasons how you were helping me.
I'd be useless. I can't talk very well.
Fair enough.
So
I mean, like, I can help by, like, walking up and showing I'm unarmed.
A 21. Okay. Fair. For curiosity's sake, what would your disadvantage have been?
Yeah, let's figure that out because that'll be fun.
No, let's not. 21. And
I don't think there's going to be that much disadvantage on this, Devin.
No, there really wasn't. Okay. So as you put any weapons, you're talking to him, you're trying to. When you say Touchstone, his demeanor changes a little bit. He kind of backs up and grabs his weapon a little tighter. And he just kind of motions you, bring, goblin, bring.
And Gref, I motion you. Hey, let's go.
No. You. Just
Oh.
you.
I'm gonna try and carry him then.
I mean, the goblin's relatively light. Doesn't take much to lift him.
Okay. I'm gonna carry him. I'm just gonna walk forward.
Okay.
I
As you
kind
get...
of step forward, just not like threateningly, but just so that they know that if anything goes wrong, I'm there.
How far forward do you step?
Please don't step that far forward.
No. I'm not doing it to like provoke an attack or anything. I want to just do it so that like Bryn knows I'm there, and then they also are aware that if something goes down, I'm right there.
Okay, you've got 8 bows fixated on you right now. Just so
Fair
you know.
enough.
There are 2 more on Bryn, and then 1 for each of the rest of the party.
Yep, that's fair.
I'll kind of position myself behind Gref.
That's fair.
Just to show I'm not going to attack, I'm going to take my longsword out and put it on the ground.
Okay. So as you
I
approach,
mean, I'm still just limping with my staff.
Sorry?
I'm still just like hobbling. I'm still just standing there leaning against my staff. So
Okay. As you kind of approach Bryn, he takes one look at the goblin in your arms, and he kind of sheathes his sword and like stabs his shield into the ground where it stays upright. And he walks forward. He mutters, waves his hand over the body of the creature, and touches him. And you can feel something change inside him. The goblin opens his mouth. This little bit of gas escapes and kind of wakes up and oh, hops into your arms, and the two start conversing in Goblin fairly quickly. A few times they seem to be like gesturing wildly and talking, and then there's the pulling motion of an arrow, and you see like the little guy pulls at his sap and makes a beating motion and points to you, and then like mimes drinking.
I showed a bump on my head.
Yeah. And by the time he's done, you get the idea that he's told a bit of a story. He kind of looks up at you and says in a much better goblin tongue, You kinslayer now? You killed 4? They say?
We were attacked in the brush.
Not good. Not good.
Well, there was not much we could do. We were attacked without anybody talking to us.
He kind of chats with the goblin.
I'm not even sure they knew you were there.
Chats with the goblin a bit. They say you threatened to snap necks. They attack. To save.
Yeah. So that's the big dumb one. And I was convincing him not to. Because we wanted to bring you back.
You allowed to come inside, all, if no weapons, and stay together.
Sure. Yeah. That's all we want. All we want to do is talk, really. Just for the record, we don't believe it was goblins that attacked Touchstone.
Never is.
Yeah,
Never.
It doesn't make any sense. But we want to know your guys' why they would be trying to frame you guys.
He motions you onwards. You pick up weapons, we put in box. We have box for weapons, for visitors, for usually not kinslayers.
Sure. I mean, I don't know how we apologize for that, but again.
Usually you mate with dead family, but not work. Too big.
I mean, Not really, but I'm sure Yolik over there will be up to it.
Hey man, if the shoe fits.
All right, that's gross.
I mean, you guys really don't want Gref or Ragnar, so.
Too big, too scaly. Looks like kobold, but big.
Too kitty. I'm the only last option.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he's the smallest. He's the most like me, but not me, you know.
But you come with.
He drinks too much.
You pick
Truth.
up weapon. If you try to attack, you die.
Sure.
You tell others.
No.
You can bound my hand if you want.
Yeah, I'll go and tell him.
Okay.
So I venture back.
Oh, I'm surprised you're back alive.
Hey, what did I say? I'm good at talking to people. We're allowed to go in. No weapons. We have to stay together.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Gref is weapon.
Yeah, and that's my point. We have 2 muscle wizards here, so we should be okay.
Yeah, just get them in a line. I don't think they'll like that, what I have in mind.
So, first order of business, talking to them. Let's not get into a fight. They really hate that we killed people. Or killed
You guys killed people. I was busy trying to get arrows out of my side and get the fuck out of there.
Gref
I
killed
told
people.
them that there was no chance to talk to them beforehand. And if there was, we would have said all the same things either way. So.
Oh, that's fair.
Well, let's get this over with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you folks are made welcome-ish into the Goblin Village. You can see now that, once you get into it and they start walking, the first few huts, you can tell, are completely empty, and they are filled to the brim with weapons that you have never seen before. There's a little blacksmith that's doing his best working on these ragged little daggers that look like they're serrated. It looks like the Goblin people are amping up for a war. Now, as you are brought deeper into the town, there are a couple of large huts set aside for big people, even people as big as Gref. And there are actually, at present, 2 Goliaths kind of chilling with the Goblin folk and telling them stories. You hear them telling them stories about, the Order of Giants and the great storm clouds that bring the floating castles, as well as the lightning strikes that are the will of the gods, and just different things. The Goliaths give you a bit of the side eye as you guys walk in. You're led to
Are these Goliaths that I would know?
Make a history check.
Okay. I can do that. My history is -1. All right.
Oh.
So
Ooh, not good.
I will roll a d20 -1. Not too bad.
Not bad at all. You do not know them personally. You do know of them.
Okay.
They are actual historians for your people. They travel from tribe to tribe and are considered almost holy in a way.
So they're famous. Okay.
They're very famous, yeah. They're Gregus and
Okay.
Mirgan, but I'll actually spell that out for you if you want to put it on your character sheet.
Quick out of character here.
Okay.
Is my quarterstaff considered a weapon?
Yes.
Since I use it to walk.
Yes, it is.
So now I just get to casually stumble around.
Yep.
I'll carry you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So I'm not sure if you saw that, Terry, but Gregus and Mirgan are Goliath historians who tell the tales of the gods and the tribes. They have visited your tribe in the past, and they told the stories of the great thunders and how the Goliaths came to be. They were hewn from the cliffs by the gods and granted bones from the stones, so they are important.
Okay. I would like to just kind of drift away from the group right now and just kind of shake their hands and say hi.
No.
As you
I
drift away
start
from the group,
moving.
the goblins take a look at the rest of you and start and start like motioning that stay together, stay.
I'm gonna try to run in front of Griff and stop him.
Okay. If you run in front of me and try and stop me, then I'll kind of give you the side eye and kind of and then get back in the group.
Thank you, Griff.
Okay. But they do lead you to a box where you're expected to put all of your weapons. Now, if some of you have small, light weapons, there is a chance you can hide them if you want to. If you don't want to, just assume you are completely disarmed.
I'm never truly disarmed.
Yeah, me neither.
I still have those goblin daggers on me.
You do, yeah.
And they are most definitely hidden to the best of my ability.
Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
Okay, goody gumdrops.
Not one. Nope.
Oh, that would be so bad.
Slips, pulls all 4 out, throws them at a goblin. Like, fuck.
No, it just a hole in my pocket, and they start falling out my leg.
Yeah. They don't seem to notice the daggers. They do lead you to one of the larger things. There's like straw mounds with like these loose fitted sheets over them. It's definitely not going to be the most comfortable of accommodations, but the goblin that you actually helped nurse back to health goes, "You stay, Chief come later." Yes?
Fair.
Okay.
Fair.
We bring food. You no worry about starve. We bring food.
Sure.
10-4.
Yeah.
So, you guys
As
are
long
left
as it's
alone.
not like,
Sorry?
not like, another dwarf or something.
Yeah, that's fair. You guys are left alone for a good hour or so until a bunch of goblins, you believe them to be women based on the fact that they're wearing dresses, arrive with a bunch of food, most of it being cooked worms and bugs and the like. And grubs, that kind of thing. Insects for the most part. And they bring you this like weird smelling dark purple colored drink. So they kind of leave it to you. None of them speak even a word of common, and they leave again. You guys are left to your own devices for a little bit. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna eat the food because honestly, it looks appetizing because I'm a dragonborn. I'll probably eat anything.
I'm a cat, Insects are on occasionally on the menu.
Unless they're centipedes.
Unless they're
See,
centipedes.
see, and I'm just gonna be like, thank God those weren't the wives.
Is there a door on this hut or no?
Nope, it's open.
I'll just look out and go, well, stay in the hut, but go to the edge and just keep an eye out, take a look and see what I can see and learn what I can learn.
Okay, you can
I'm
hear.
gonna just. Sorry.
You can hear faint goblin from 5 or 6 sources around you. Most of them in the huts, but you do see that there are about 10 armed guards just watching the hut. None of them have their weapons drawn, but they're watching you. They're trying to make it look not so obvious, but their glances come towards you guys more often than not.
Not so.
So, are these all goblins, or is there hobgoblins? Is there bugbears?
All goblin.
All goblin. Okay. I'm gonna bust out my brewer supplies and just sit on the ground and try and make something of these bugs.
Actually, go ahead and roll a check with your brewer's tools for me.
Can I join them with that?
Absolutely.
Tenfold.
I'm gonna just sit there and play with my deck of cards.
What is a brewer's tools roll?
Intelligence.
Intelligence or wisdom plus proficiency. Your choice. So what's higher, int or wisdom?
We've got a +2 on the intelligence scale.
So with a 14, you actually recognize this. At least the dark purple color. It's an unfinished underbrew. It's dwarven ale. It's really famous. The mushrooms are impossibly hard to come by, but somehow the goblins have them. It's definitely not dwarvish made, but it's the base for a dwarvish ale.
Oh,
I'll make some.
yeah.
I mean,
let's tag team this.
Yep, you guys can spend
10-4.
some time and try to make it. It'll take a good couple of weeks before it's ready to go, but yeah.
Sure, I'll just set it and forget it.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I'll drink what's left of it.
Okay. It's actually quite tasty. It's
Nice.
light, it's refreshing. Somehow a little bitter, but still pleasant. The insects are nice, tasty, and crunchy. They're not poisonous, and they're not bad for you. So,
Well, that's good to know.
yeah.
I'm gonna munch on them like they're peanuts
It's fair.
while I'm messing around with the supplies.
So another hour passes before a figure much larger than the others kind of approaches. This person, it looks like just a really big goblin, standing an even 5 feet tall. Not hobgoblin, just a really big, muscular goblin. Hanging around his neck is this symbol. It's not really terribly familiar unless someone wants to roll a religion check.
Nope.
I'll roll one.
What about history?
History with disadvantage.
Sure. I'll take it.
I'll take a 12 to religion.
That you don't recognize it, no. And the history check doesn't work either. But he looks very well built and muscular underneath a set of robes that are just flat brown. You can see there is a little bit of gold trim around the cuffs. It's a very civilized looking goblin. As he approaches, he mutters something in the goblin tongue, and you feel this sort of weird pulse of magic around him. He looks to you and says in perfect common, "Why are you here in my village?"
I look around and I just, I guess I'm the tongue of this group. We just wanted to bring your forget his name. For some reason I have Ishtar stuck in my head, but it's probably not Ishtar.
It most certainly is not.
Yeah. I forget what his name was. I know he told us.
Yeah.
We're going to bring his name back. I forget his name. Insert name here.
Insert in here? Okay.
Yeah. And
that's not the whole truth.
No, definitely not. I'm getting to it. There was something that happened at Touchstone here. That's where we found your guy. And we were just sent out to, we wanted to come out and find out what happened. We don't think goblins had anything to do with it, but some people in town do, so we just wanted to figure it out.
That's another lie.
There is also, I'm guessing, raiding party or scouting party that overheard us discussing and then attacked us without actually talking to us.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
So you lied. You said some people.
Kingslayer thing, but they're not Kinslayer. Yeah, not Kinslayer. Kinslayer.
You said some people in town. You don't really think that. You think most of them.
General perception of goblins, yeah. Most.
I would advise you not to try and obfuscate the truth or lie in my presence. It doesn't work well.
Okay. Well, we're not most people. We're here trying to figure out what happened. Because people in town are blaming goblins. And we don't believe that.
That's partially the truth. At least one of you believes it doesn't matter.
Well, I don't know who that is. But it's a majority rules group, so.
All right, you've answered my questions. Ask one of your own. Between the 5 of you, 5 questions. From those, we will decide whether or not you deserve to leave free people.
Sure. I guess I have a question. What were goblins doing in the basement of that inn?
Originally, my people were sent there to renegotiate the terms of the ore pricing that we had been given. It was criminally low.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Did they get put in there or what?
As only one of them has returned, we have only his word. Unfortunately, my blessing doesn't work on goblin kind, so
Fair
as
enough.
far as I can tell, he retreated there after being attacked.
That sounds right about right. I mean, that's where we found him. That's where he hit me. So it would seem to be a secret compartment of some kind.
So that's 2 questions. Next.
Sorry, I used one of yours.
Do you know who you were negotiating with?
The only family that has the power to negotiate with an entire tribe, the Wycliffes.
That doesn't answer the question.
Specifically, we were negotiating with Euclid Wycliffe.
Thank you.
Good.
Next.
Yeah,
Okay.
Griff
well-
here. First time talker, long time listener. How exactly do you make that ale?
The mushrooms grow on iron. We chew it into a paste and then ferment it.
Delicious.
Thank you. One more.
That tunnel that we found under the inn,
I was hoping people forgot about it.
where does it lead? Do you know?
I do not currently know where it leads. It's not of goblin make. We don't make tunnels close to the town. Too many things live in its underbelly.
All right. Thank you. That's 5.
That is.
So it just sounds like you guys were there to negotiate. And this Euclid Wycliffe, maybe it's trying to frame you guys.
Wouldn't be the first time.
See, we're new to Touchstone. We have no idea who anybody is. We ran into somebody named Wycliffe. Said he was some kind of like first counselor or some shit. But yeah, I mean, he didn't seem very trustworthy.
In truth. Now, is there a reason why I should allow you to live?
Because we like to live.
Because we're real cool cats. We brought your boy back.
We
You
literally have
here.
one cool cat.
Yep.
We've shown faith by disarming ourselves.
Your balance still works against you. That is 3 of my people dead. If we ignore the one you saved and another that you killed.
And
What will
they
you do
almost
to-
killed me.
You're
I
not
wanna
dead,
point
though,
out-
are you?
I want to
Unless
point
you-
out there was no point at which they tried to talk with us before. If they had tried to talk to us before, that fight wouldn't have happened even in the first place.
Partially the truth. But that's not your concern. Your concern should be, what are you going to do but the 3 lives owed to me?
What do you want?
Clever. I want you to work for me.
Well, I figured that's where it's going. I was hoping you'd skip to the next part.
I want Euclid Wycliffe. Bring him to me.
Dead?
Alive
no,
or dead?
alive. Much more
Oh.
use to me alive.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can try and make that happen for sure.
No guarantees.
Okay, well,
No, we will get him here.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Much as I like toppling the next rich bastard, I don't. You say lives are owed to you, but I mean, I gave them the option to surrender. They didn't. As far as I'm concerned, the slate is clean.
And you may concern yourself in other matters, which means I'll just be taking 3 of the other folk on your team then. You can decide which 2 live and which 3 die.
Well, in that case, I want the same instances where we get to ambush your attackers. Like your attackers ambushed us.
I think you misunderstand me. I don't mean to give you a fair chance at combat. No, I mean that I will execute 3 of you here and now. Or you will find Euclid Wycliffe for me, unless you have something else of value to offer me.
Is he by himself in the hut with us?
Yep, no weapons, no nothing.
there's also like 10 guards chilling.
He's far too dangerous. You know that you're going to open up a whole new can of worms with Euclid Wycliffe here.
I don't intend to kill the bastard. I intend to make a deal with him in favorable conditions. And bind him to that deal.
Yeah,
Well, that's why if we go over there and we discuss this in a proper manner and we bring him here on political terms, there won't be any repercussions towards us.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think you understand the type of person Euclid is.
I'm understanding the current situation we're in now.
Yeah.
That's fair.
We can get them.
Okay.
I mean,
We're
we can
not trying to attack him. We're not trying to force him to come. We're going to just talk to him, maybe persuade him that something that happened, that it needs his attention to come here.
Hey, and I could probably talk him into it.
Oh,
Or at least talk to him and get him here.
I believe that he will be onto you faster than
White on
eyes
rice.
on shit.
Hey, you know what? When we're in the frying pan right now, we don't need more negativity.
Okay.
Graf kind of looks at Bryn, and secretly, I'm gonna try and do this without the goblin boss looking at him. But I'm gonna kind of go, "You want me to snap neck?"
I'm not even going to respond.
Good call.
I'm not even going to look.
If you think you can talk like Euclid into coming here, I'm all for it.
I can tackle fly off of shit. I'll get him here.
All right.
We got a better chance at just talking him over here than we do at dealing with all these goblins.
And worst comes to worst, I'm sure I can find a way to move him out of the city undetected.
Okay. I'd be really interested in knowing how you're going to do that. But
Hey, I've got alcohol that knocks people out.
you're not wrong.
And a secret tunnel we don't know where leads.
Yeah, it's rife of adventure.
Sounds good to me.
All right. I will
So,
bind you to this. You have 6 months to bring him to me. 6 months is more than enough time. If
Sure.
you don't, you will find yourselves dying much the same way that my goblin friend was dying from that poison.
I mean, I think I also got poisoned too, so I kind of understand what it's like.
Then we're in agreement. A deal has been made. I would caution you to be careful on your walk back to town. I do not believe that your Wycliffe friend, the first counselor, expects you to come back alive. Or if he does, you will most likely be easy pickings for the bandits that typically lie along the path.
It's okay. We'll convince him that we did the job. We'll figure it out.
I believe in your talking skills, Bryn.
We'll get there.
Is anybody actually still injured?
No.
Nope.
No, everyone's good? Okay. In which case, he is going to kind of pull out of these like large, voluminous pockets, set of 3 scrolls, and toss them at Bryn.
I catch them. I go, what are these? Paper?
Yes, paper. 1, detect person. You say a name, it'll find it where he is.
Good to have. I like it.
The second one, a resurrection spell in case you, decide to kick the bucket. And the last one, a mass
outside.
blessing.
What? Third one?
Mass blessing.
Ah. Perfect. I will put these in my pack.
Should warn you that not everything is as it seems in Touchstone. But I'm sure you'll figure that out sooner rather than later.
Hey, quick question before you leave. It seems like you guys are kind of gearing up for something. Are you guys planning on like going to war or something?
Perhaps.
Okay.
Kind of. He'll walk out the door and leave you guys be to discuss whatever you guys want to talk about. I think we will end it there for tonight because it's not a bad point to end on. Just give me a sec and I'll figure out how much XP you get.
Sorry, what was that third scroll again? My furnace is going, so it's really loud.
Mass blessing.
Mass blessing.
Yes.
Alright, so you guys earned 250 XP from combat and 57 XP from role-playing.
So 307?
Yep.
So we're level 2, boys.
You are.
Sorry, we received 307 or we're totaled at 307 now?
Received 307.
So we should be at 418.
Yep.
418, level 2.
Perfecto.
Okay. Also, Gref, Rox, actually, all of you had some reasonably good points, so everyone's going to gain inspiration if you didn't already have it.
Woohoo!
Nice.
All right. So, thank you, folks, for playing. Next week, we should have Chase actually join us, so we'll have a full party of 6. And as far as I'm aware, he'll be playing a paladin, so you might actually have some extra backup heals.
Yay!
Perfect. Are you still doing a session tomorrow night?
Did you guys want to?
I mean, Jasmine's up for it. I am.
I won't be here for the session tomorrow.
Yeah.
Neither will I.
No. Yeah, we can definitely do a Drunken Dragon session tomorrow if you guys want to.
Yeah, man. I'm in.
Okay. I'll talk with the Leslie person, see what we can set up.
Sure.
I'm down if you have room.
Should, I think.
Okay, just let me know on Facebook or whatever.
Yep, we'll do.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good night, guys.
Cool. Night.
So, Devin,
Oh, yep.
quick question. How do you do the leveling up? When do you do it?
You do it during a long rest, so whenever you want to right now, if you want to.
Okay. Okay. Might as well. I got time.
All right.
Cool.
So you're hitting level 2 as a... What? You're a Hexblade, right?
It's where I get my thingies. The tingies.
Eldritch Invocations, yeah.
Yeah.
You gain another spell, you have another spell slot, and you gain 2 invocations.
Yeah, I now get Fury of Blows and Unarmored Movement.
I get what is it?
How do you do hit points? Just roll a d.
You can either roll your hit die and add your con mod, or you can just take the average.
Cunning action.
So you can either take... you have 2 con, right, Mark?
Yeah.
So you can either take 7 or you can roll for it.
7.
Yep.
Would it be 6?
No, D8 is... when you take the average for a D8, it's actually 5. And then plus 2. Yeah.
I'll just take the 7.
Mr. Yaluk, why are you rolling 2d8?
I feel like it.
Oh, fair enough. Also, you guys have your character sheets. If next week we want to start a little earlier, say 7:30 for those of us who can, we can get those all filled out so you guys have macros you can push. You don't have to keep swapping back and forth between other things.
Yeah, that made it so much better.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass, to be honest with you.
So,
Yeah.
Tristan, I can probably get yours done because I know you probably can't be early.
No, I won't be early, but I might be able to sneak it in sometime during the week.
Well, if you give me a text, I can launch the game so you can go and do it, yeah.
Tenfold.
Also, I've been updating mine as I got shit, like the scrolls. Are they spell scrolls or scrolls of?
They are scrolls of, but they contain spells, some of which are homebrew custom spells.
Well,
They're nice.
Yep. Okay. Perfecto. Okay, I don't know. Sure. Cool. So I just get cunning action. Oh, I gotta do my D8. That's all right. Because I get +3 on that, so +7.
I don't know, man. I think I'll take 338.
Right,
for my max
obviously.
hit points.